All right. Thank you for waiting, everyone. So, I said I was never going to do this. And what does that mean? I said that I was never going to paint Warhammer minis on stream because there are so many mini painters flooding Twitch with Warhammer minis. But here I am. I slept in today and I was in need of some easy to paint minis. There was a delay literally because I was stuffing my face because I was behind. And I'm just going to base coat a bunch of Warhammer minis. Applause from the crowd. Goodness gracious. That song is always so loud in my ears. I'm just gonna turn that down just a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so let's fix up the focus here. I just think it's funny. But what is exciting is that the minis that I am painting are not simply just Warhammer. I'm actually specifically also going to be painting some Dark Vengeance Dark Angels. But I'm going to... You may not recognize some of them. For example, the ornate helmet, I trimmed off the wings on it and the like. Because I didn't want to play Dark Angels. I wanted to play something different. So, let's see here. Is the focus all right? Yeah, the focus is all right. Cool, but I am a little blown out. So let's reduce that exposure to like... Nope, that's too much. That's too much. That's... Let's see here. There we go. That's still quite low. Let's see here. But yeah, I thought it was funny. So I wanted to make it a little dramatic. Oh my goodness. Chris is painting Warhammer. So, let's see here. Alright, so we're going to grab a big thunkin' fat brush here. I was doing some tests with colors earlier, and I found a combination that works pretty nicely for what I am intending. So, we're just going to go through here, and we're going to... So here I can already tell that this is one of the Dark Vengeance ones. So, just a little bit of nerding out here. I believe this one here came from the box set that included... It was Ultramarines versus Orcs. And what I find interesting or fascinating is that the Dark Vengeance Space Marines are much, much easier to paint. Because they have more of a gap between their body and their gun. So if we take a look right here, I need to close a whole bunch more things here so I can properly see. I could probably turn up that exposure just a little bit more. You can see there's a bigger gap. So I can fit my brush in here, brush in there. So I just thought that was neat and worth sharing. So, because we're basing red, got to start out dark. This doesn't look dark right now because I'm painting it over white, but you'll see here This is actually a pretty dark paint. I feel like that's still really loud in my ears. So there we go. That's a bit better for me, but I imagine you can't hear anything now, so I'm going to turn that up. There we go. That's better. Afternoon. Hello, Clavicus. Nice to see you joining in. You joined in the one time I am painting Warhammer figures. I know they're usually more of a Discord member than the stream attendee, unless you're usually lurking. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hello, Fiddlewort. You've all come to watch my great heresy, my great shame of painting Warhammer figures on Twitch. So, real reason, again, like I said, why I originally told myself I was never going to do that. It's just, like, when I was joining Twitch and I was trying to find miniature painters, all of them, every single one that I was finding, except for a few, save a couple few, were just painting Warhammer. And so the reason why I wanted to not do that is I just wanted to give people a little bit more variety. It had nothing to do with like beef against Warhammer. It was just simply the fact that, like, man, like, if everyone's doing this, like, let's try to diversify it a little bit. So don't expect me to do this on Saturday. Saturday, hopefully I won't sleep in quite as much, and I'll go back to what I was doing before, which is finishing up my Thug for Frostgrave. Yeah, I mean, like, if you search up mini painting in Twitch, like, you can't miss Hershey chocolate. Yeah, I mean, kind of looks like that at first. Yeah, totally. Nice to see you there. Really like how every time you paint a few minis, it is so different. I usually try to change up my minis. I really do. I try to make it so that I can show people things that are cool and different. That's actually something that I do strive to do. Because I think it's important that there's variety. I mean, like, how boring would it be if every single person on Twitch was painting the same mini? I don't think that would be very fun. For myself, at least. I want to see one person painting a dragon. I want to see one person painting a demon. I want to see someone painting Lord of the Rings. Or Frostgrave Gnolls, like, you know. Like, sure, some people can, like, you know, paint what makes you happy. It's just it's very clearly saturated with one thing, and it's just like, come on, I'll try to bring some change in. Now, I'm not going to tell. I see everyone painting Necrons, and it's always the same Necron model. But I'm not going to ask other people to change what makes them happy. So I usually try to bring something in. So here I am bringing in super old Space Marines. These Space Marines are from 2008 and 2013. That is the year that these guys were produced. I am not bringing in anything new. You're not going to see no modern Primaris minis here. Lord of the Ring chess set, but it's expensive. Ooh. Lord of the Ring chess set sounds really cool. But yeah, so I'm painting Exorcists is the chapter I decided. So these guys are going to be basically my guest army. You know,
friends come over, you know, they wanna play a game of. I'm not gonna be making people play Warhammer 40k. Personally, I find it too confusing. So that's not even like a statement on like other people. It's a statement on myself. I can't get it. So instead, gonna ask people, be like, hey, do you want to learn a grim dark future? It's like 40k but easier. So Fiddlewort, do you want to play some grim dark future? It's like 40k but easier. The joke is that me and Fiddlewort live a stone's throw away from each other. I was watching some Frostgrave video. Looks fun. Ah, yeah. See, yes, I am so glad that you picked up on that too. When I was watching Frostgrave, I was like, this feels like D&D, but a skirmish game. Like, I'm so glad I'm not the only person who thought that. The fact that they're using a D20, and the fact that it's all about like going in and like it's basically a dungeon delve. It's basically a very like old school D&D dungeon delve, which is what makes me so excited about it. Another one to add to the pile. Well, I mean, like, okay, so I think genuinely, this is not me trying to call or be crazy or anything. I think that 40k is very expensive, and I don't think it's necessarily accessible to everybody because of the cost point. This isn't anything new. People have talked about that before. But because of that, because I already have a whole lot of 40k models, I think that it just makes more sense if I'm inviting people over to play this game that I have an army that my friends can play. They'd be like, hey, do you want to play this? Here you go. Like I play Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is also the entry level is pretty low cost, but if you play Magic for a long time, it can be quite expensive. And having played for a long time, what I would do is I would say, hey, if you don't have a deck, you can use one of mine. Here's a couple of decks you can play. So to me, that's just kind of like first nature. Not everyone's going to want to spend $100 and get a start collecting box. Although I will say those start collecting boxes are probably the most cost-effective way of getting into the game. Or getting into, say, Grim Dark Future, which is what I intend on playing. Just like a miniature agnostic war game inspired by Warhammer. I looked into 40k at the time, but money investment seems a bit much. Exactly, Fiddlework. So this is why, for me, I'm like, hey, want to come over? You can use mine. Honestly, start with a smaller scale. Combat Patrol, yeah, and you know what? Like, they did start coming out with like smaller games, like skirmish games where you only need 10 dudes. The rules are different in the like, but they did come out with games specifically for that. I personally don't really intend on playing it. I would say that if it is something that interests you, man, post-pandemic, you and me can play some Grimdark Future and see how you like it. Play the game for free. I think I got some of these 5th edition Orc and Space Marine models, like these old 5th edition ones. I think I got these from a roommate. And if you are ever interested in Lord of the Rings, we can play. I have way too many minis for that. Excellent. I like it. Combat Patrol is something like 2 separate squads and a vehicle or something similar. That's cool. I do know that they do come up with a lot of games. Like they, I have been very jaded in the Slumpter, good morning, nice to see you, buddy. How are you doing? I'm doing something very different. I have never painted 40k on stream before, so welcome to that. I was sleeping in. Oh, thank you for the follow, Scoops. How are you doing today? Were you working on your diorama? Oh, Anki, thank you for the follow there. Good morning, afternoon, good time zone. Yeah, no, I was just telling everyone, I usually don't paint Warhammer on stream just because I feel like everyone's usually doing that. And I want to try and bring things that are a little different to Twitch in terms of like, not like noob, just like, hey, if you don't feel like watching 40k be painted, maybe check this out. But today, no, I am painting old Space Marines. These minis are not like super retro, but they're retro enough that, you know, some of them are over 10 years old, so, but yeah. I hope you're doing well, Slumpter. How did your diorama go? Were you working on that today? Didn't have much today, waiting for something cool, so I saw your the alert that you had went online this morning, but I was still in bed, so I slept in today. Otherwise, I would have come say hi. They are older, yeah. So this is the one that you would have found in the box set of Orcs versus Ultramarines back in, I think, 2008. And then I have the Dark Vengeance ones, like this, which, you know, have a lot more of the ribbons. They're supposed to be Dark Angels. Those models are from, I think it's 2013. And like the biggest difference is you can look at the Terminators. So I've got, you know, Dark Vengeance Terminator, which is a bit more dynamic pose, and then there's just like very non-action pose. Looks like he's marching like what do you call? Marching like a like the Terminator. Oh goodness, why can I not talk? I should probably update my thing to actually say that I'm painting super old minis. Let's see, do I have a way of doing that from within here? No, those are overlays. I don't care about that. Don't care about that. No, I guess I gotta do that in like... Those models are too expensive still. Yeah, no, they have some really cool stuff. They do. For myself, I am most interested in Chaos Marines. So I may or may not have ordered Chaos Marines a week or so back. And I may or may not be super excited to get those. And by may or may not, I mean most certainly am. But, you know, like, I mean, this is why, specifically because Warhammer and the likes is quite a costly hobby. It's why I try to inform people about other companies for miniature manufacturing. It's why I try to inform people about, like, some of the companies that, you know, have minis that you could work for Warhammer, but might be more cost effective at the expense of you not being able to play in a shop, which is kind of a bummer. I get that they want to only have their product on their game tables. That's fine. The reason why it's such a bummer is because like most people don't have like a big terrain setup, except for you, Fiddlewort. You have like all of the coolest terrain for gaming. All right, let's see here. I need to go into like my stream. I need to edit it. How do I do that? Stream manager. Here we go. Okay. How do I do my thingy? Do I edit? All right. Painting. Let's see. It's 2021. Let's see. 2008, 12, 13. So 13-year-old Space Marines. There we go. How do I save? Update information. There we go. Cool. It's still never enough. What's still never enough? It'll work. Never enough miniatures? I know. 125 mini companies is just simply not enough. Oh, never enough terrain. Yeah, no, you have so much terrain. Like, the idea of playing, like, tabletop games at you and Mia's place is very exciting. I am very much looking forward to hanging out with you two. And while I may not have as much cool terrain, I do have some cool minis for things like D&D or other games. But clearly, with your super exciting Gale Force 9 Eye Tyrant, you have some very cool minis as well. So I think this is going to be very exciting for both of us. That's my take. Trying to find a creative way to add some new terrain to your arsenal. I don't want anything too big and permanent, but also not too many or messy like Snowflock. Yeah, terrain can be tricky, right? Because like you want to make sure that it's versatile, that you can use it for just about anything. Like it's not just like this one situation. Because I know I face that challenge when I'm like trying to find out like what is the most modular thing I can get. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, no, last night I spent a little bit too much time trying to fix up, not fix up, but try to figure out, like, what paints can I use as a base coat for these guys? Because, red can be tricky. Yeah, you have to plan ahead for red. Because painting red on black is really difficult. So what I'm using right now is Vallejo Extra Opaque red, but I've mixed it with some black because when I was using the Extra Opaque just by itself, it was far too bright. Plus, it's a really thick, chunky paint because it's got extra paint pigments in it. So I wanted to make sure I had like a good foundation for when I do highlights. So this is what I got going here. Um, let's see here. Never have enough terrain. They have no. They have neoprene-like terrain mists, which are nice, but they kind of get pricey. Neoprene terrain. Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. The mats. Those look really cool, but you're right. They're massive, so they do cost quite a bit. I've seen people like what's his name, Wylock's Armory on YouTube. I see them on his battle reports all the time. I'm like, oh man, those look so cool, but I really have a hard time justifying that. I did see that you have one of those like water neoprene mats, which was really cool for like Blood and Plunder in one of your Dwarven Forge videos. What's okay, Scoops? Talk to me. What's okay? We're just here chatting today. I'm not doing anything exciting. I'm just doing some base coating. I can hardly call this painting. One water one and one forest one. Yeah, no, exactly. Like the forest one is like the one that you're going to use the most in D&D. The water one you're probably going to use in every single game of Blood and Plunder, which makes sense. Oh man, that construction is loud. I hope that's not too loud for you guys. I wonder if they're... Oh goodness. I've got like the windows all closed. I can feel that through the floor. Allergies are just killing me today, I tell ya. Here, 1 second. I'm just gonna quickly blow my nose here. I'm gonna mute the mic. There we go. Breathe a little bit better now. I like breathing. I find most people like breathing. I mean, like, a cave one could be cool. If you think that you're going to be using caves a lot. But at that point, like, you may as well, like, buy dungeon tiles, right? Because if you do like a full cave, yeah. I'm flipping out the screen. Be right back. Sounds good. Let's see here. Let's get this guy's thing. Oh my goodness, it's so loud. True. Depends on what terrain you already have. Yeah, no, that's always a key factor, right? No, hi Ganon. Are you saying hello, Ganon? Bye, Ganon. Ganon is leaving the vicinity. So I think what I'm going to do is the ones that are from Dark Vengeance, because they're kind of nicer models and they have just a little bit more details to them. I think those guys are going to be the ones that I make veterans. Hi. Hi. Because they've got like more of the, what is it, the purity seals. I always thought it was so weird that they called them purity seals. If I'm gonna be for real, I think the joke is obvious to be made there, but not really appropriate for my stream. So, oh, Ganon, you're fine. Like, I know that the intention is obviously like so that demons don't possess you and the like, but you know, I just can't help but think of a joke. So anyone got any good projects that they're working on right now? Anything fun? Tell me about what you got going on. For myself, I have been just trying to get more familiar with Grimdark Future because I already have a buttload of miniatures on hand, and I was like, well, you know, I don't really want to learn 40k because when I tried learning 40k back in 5th edition, I've been told it's much easier now. I have been informed that. But Grimdark Future still seems to be the simplest. And it's miniature agnostic, which to me is always a bonus. So I decided I was going to figure out some stuff like that. So I've got like, I think I have like 3 army lists I have that I can make. I've got one for Tyranids, which they call the Alien Hive. I've got one for Space Marines, which they call the Battle Brothers, I think. And then I've got one for because I wanted to paint Chaos Marines, just because I really love the models. I've got one that I can make for the Havoc Brothers, which is what they call Chaos Marines. So, you know, I'm going on a little bit of a nostalgia trip. A wonderful member of the community made a remarkable offer for his Chaos Marines from the Dark Vengeance box. So a little bit of history. When I was in college, I had graduated from college. I was in between jobs. That's what it was. I had beforehand, when I was making some good money, I bought myself Dark Vengeance, and then got in between jobs. I had to make money, so I sold some of my miniatures, which included my Dark Vengeance Chaos Marines. That was the only one that the person was interested in. So that sucked. So, because I really loved those miniatures. So, a wonderful member of the community made an offer, and I gladly accepted. It was a very, very charitable offer that they made, so I took them up on that. True. Depends what terrain you already have. I posted a couple pics. Oh, excellent. I painted in your Discord Talking is too hard sometimes. No, I have a hard time talking sometimes. No condition or anything. I'm a bit scatterbrained sometimes. As one of my favorite streamers says all the time, talking is hard. That would be Giggling Geekette. If you guys don't already check her out, she is just one of the most relaxing people to hang out with on Twitch. Let's go take a look at what Slumpter posted. Gotta go head to a meeting. Have a good one there, Fiddlework. Thanks for dropping by. Oh. That's not the one. Works in progress. Ooh. Man, those are looking good, Slumped. You are a remarkable painter. Ganon? Hey! What are you complaining about, Ganon? Hey! What's wrong? Ow. Hey, what's going on? It's folk art paint. Didn't use any of the good stuff on them. I think you're doing phenomenal with them. I never would have known that that was folk art. That being said, folk art's a really good craft paint. I have painted a beholder using some of the transitioning paints from folk art. I just had to thin them down ahead of time, but like I have no doubt that folk art can be used very well if you know approach it correctly. Ganon, you're perfectly fine. Can you stop your complaining, buddy? There's nothing wrong. There's not a snowball's chance that I'm gonna feed you right now. It's only one. You get fed at 3, buddy. Use a wet palette. Yep, exactly. So, and that's gonna thin your paints out. So, that's perfect. Cut it out. I threw a little goblin for him to go chase after. Oh my goodness. Okay, here, 1 sec. There we go. Yeah, he's just going around, he's just screaming around the house, and I don't know why he's doing it right now. He's still doing it. What is it? You better be nice. Hey. What's going on? Why are you being like that, huh?
You gonna relax?
You gotta chill out.
Me? Me? Yeah, you're a sweet boy.
It's a lot of paint. I do have a lot of paint. Yeah.
Oh, you just gotta relax, okay? Here, if the light's too high. Here. Yeah, give it a little hug. There we go. There you go. Is that what was annoying you? Was it too low?
All right. What's a lot of paint slumped? Did I panel at my paint wall? I might have. Oh, it's a lot to paint. Yes, no, I've got a lot of guys right here, so.
Yeah, he's a little sweetie bee. I don't know why he's complaining. I think it may have just been the light was bugging him.
Actually, you know what? I know what he'll want. Here. All that Warhammer. Yep. Hey, buddy.
I'm gonna steal you for 1 second here. Yep. I know you don't like it. Give me a sec. Hold on. Here. There you go. Make your little blanket fort. There you go. I know you like that. You got your blanket fort? There. Make sure it's nice and roomy for you. There. You like that? Hi. Yeah. Hello, buddy. Boop. All the scritches. Yeah, all the scritches. Yeah. Alright. What I can do here. Let's see if I can. There you go. There you go.
Your cat never liked blanket forts? No, that's his favorite thing. So that there's a reason he really likes that, and it goes back to from when he was a kitten. Oh, no, he didn't want to stay in there. Okay, that's fine. When he was a kitten, he had fleas. As you know, a lot of pets will get. Oh, looks like I need to rehydrate my wet palette. I'll be right back.
Hey, relax. There we go. I can just use this.
I'll just use the squirt bottle for that.
Plants don't need it right now, so I'll just squeeze. But yeah, so when he was a kitten,
He had some fleas. When we got him, he had fleas. And so I went and gave him a bath to try and, kill the fleas. You can actually just give pets a bath with Dawn dish soap, and it'll kill the fleas. They die on contact with the soap. It's actually really cool. But basically, obviously, after his bath, he was loud. Hi, can you relax? He was freezing cold because he was wet. So what I did is I took him to the bed, and I went under the covers with him and basically tried to keep him warm with my body heat. And as soon as he went inside the blanket where it was nice and warm, he started purring like a chainsaw. And ever since then, if you lift up the blanket, if he's on the bed or anything like that, if you lift up the blanket just a little bit, he darts for it. He goes straight in, and he just loves being underneath the blanket. So he has been like that for as long as he's been a kitten. Or since he's been a kitten, and that was like 10 years ago. No, years ago. He's getting old. He's getting old. Okay, I'm gonna go send you over to your mom if you keep doing this, buddy. You gotta... I don't know what you want. You're just screaming at me. I'm trying to do stuff, buddy. Yellow. There we go. Looks like he's found something else to do. It's good. I love him dearly, but he gets on my nerves. Guess that's how you know he's family. Ugh. Pardon me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A Linmich is. It is a Space Marine. Blasphemy. I know. Everybody on Twitch paints Space Marines. That's why I've been avoiding it for so long. But alas, today I was sleeping in. I was not feeling too great. I mean, like, not terrible, but yeah, no, heresy. Great heresy. I've been talking with some of my community members in my server for a while about 40k, and I was like, man, like I've got like all these miniatures, like how am I, like what am I gonna do with them? And I was like, okay, well, you know, I actually have enough to make an army, so I guess I could do that. Here, 1 second, I'm just gonna blow my nose. True, true. There are a buttload of Chaos Space Marines that are on their way. There's a buttload of them. You know, yeah. Painting up some Space Boys. Very old Space Boys. Not that new Primaris stuff. Nope, we're retro. Well, it's not really retro. I'm not painting anything older than me or as old as me. But these are quite old. Probably older than you're going to find on most Twitch channels. Hello there, Space Wolf. Or not Space Wolf. Space Wolf. Wolf Parable. Welcome back. Yeah, usually my intention is if I'm going to be painting anything that's Warhammer, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to do it outside of the stream. The only times you're probably after this you're going to see me painting anything Warhammer is going to be either A is if it's a third-party model and I'm trying to showcase you know, miniatures from other brands like Green Wolf or you know, Blood Carrot. You know, those are all guys that do proxy models that are Warhammer-ish that I would paint on stream. This was, like I said, due to the fact that I'm tired. I am very sleepy. I'm a sleepy bean. We're just doing a big old batch painting. Third-party stuff is very cool. I like third-party stuff, and I have some very cool things that are on their way that I think you guys will like. Come on, hydrate. I need to hydrate. So yeah, so trying to make some exorcists. Ooh, this guy's got a plasma gun. This one, yeah, this one is a Dark Vengeance. Tell it because he's got the sword. And the pose just feels a lot more nicer to paint. It's less crunched in together. Like this guy is very... No, this one's Dark Vengeance too, it looks like. Where's one that's not? That one is a Dark Vengeance model, I know it is. Here we go. It's very minor, but just slight differences. Slight differences that make it easier to paint. Oh, that is like a brown. There's some black paint mixed in there. Okay, I probably just need to add more red at this point. So I'll finish this guy up and I'll add some red to the bits. How are you doing, Olympiches? Has your day been alright? If you do any fight ladies, you should use third party. Fight ladies, are you referring to the Sisters of Battle? Because there are some very cool third party Sisters of Battle. I have always loved their models. And I feel like by rebranding them, I think 40K did some injustice. But you know, I'm not going to go into making those discussions today. I thought they were much cooler when the army was called Sisters of Battle rather than Adeptus Sororitas or whatever they called it. Freaking. Not going to go into it. It was just cooler when it was Sisters of Battle. I think. Was the reason. I liked it because it was an all-female army, and that was awesome, I thought. I thought that was very empowering. So, in Grimdark Future, they have an army called the Battle Sisters. Where they kind of preserve that. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. You have 3 meetings. Are they meetings to help you out? Ganon, now is really not the time. Need to be away from there. Yeah, no, I understand that completely. There, Lemmiches. You sound like you've had it really rough at home. I wish there was something I could do from my far, far away distance. Hey, no, if you need to head out, Lemmiches, don't hesitate. No need for sorries. You got to do what you have to do to take care of yourself. Oh, you're in bed at the moment. I see. Is the border still closed? Like, there's that person that you were staying with last time. Are you still able to stay with them again? Or is that not a possibility right now? Borders are still closed. Yep. That's unfortunate. That's good. That's good. Well, I hope nothing but the best for you, Limiches. Yeah, so in response to what you were saying there, Wolf Parable, I agree. There are still some really cool all-female models in Sisters of Battle that are worthwhile. So I would probably select them, and then everything else would be third party. Do you have at least anything that's able to help you get the? Oh, Raging Heroes does have some cool Sisters of Battle. They do. I am in agreement with that. Um, I've heard that there's some scaling differences that people have complained about in the past. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I do know that that was like originally, like their original line was the basically the Sisters of Battle proxies. I want to take a look at that. I know that Artel W has some very cool, basically Sisters of Corruption, which are Sisters of Battle that have been corrupted by chaos, which I thought was super cool. So they have like a Corn Sister of Battle, they have a Nurgle Sister of Battle. What else do they have? They got a couple. It's really cool. I thought a nice little twist, something a little creative that I don't know why GW has been holding off on doing something like that, because that's just like dope. Yeah, they Zenith. Do you mean like Zinch? Yeah, they've got Zinch, Slaanesh, Nurgle, and Khorne. Yeah, if there is something that I can do besides just like be some company here for you, Limiches, you let me know. It's a little hard, being a continent away. But if there is anything, you let me know. I'll do what I can within my ability. guy's got all the green stuff on him. Need to clear that off before I paint him. You can really see what quality my painting was on some of these back then. Just slabbing pure white on something, calling it done, one coat, nothing else. Ugh. I don't plan on doing a spectacular job on all of these, but I plan on making them look nice at least. At least nicer than they look right now. Gonna try to get some sleep. Alright, you have a good rest, Limiches. Rest well. Just know that, you know, if you ever need anything, feel free to talk with us. Feel free to reach out in the Discord. You know, whatever we can do to help. I look forward to hearing back from you, okay? Ooh, brush is splitting up. Gonna have to go dunk that in some water. Hi, Gannon. What you doing? Oh, you scratched off your scab. Hi, buddy. Do that. So Wolf Parable, you got any paintings coming up planned soon? What's your next plan of attack? You've always got some pretty cool minis on the horizon. You're gonna start doing your Blood Angels, I think it was? I can't remember which one you were going for. Not Blood Angels, Blood Ravens, that's what it was. Hey, I mean, having a successful paint job is all it takes sometimes, right? If it looks good, it looks good. I feel like I'm out of focus. Oh, your Chaos Marines arrived. Old with a rough paint, like simple green, and like, you know, a rough toothbrush. Because remember, I think you were saying that you don't have an ultrasonic cleaner, if I recall correctly. Because I was talking about my ultrasonic cleaner and how I feel like it saves my life. LA's totally awesome, and yep, old toothbrush. Should buy the cleaner though for the old stuff. I think I might order a case for Tropper bottle paints. So a fair amount now, and I might add that to your next Amazon order. Oh, that's good. I love Tropper bottle paints. I mean, like, if I take this off and I knock it over, I'm not freaking out. So, I love dropper bottles. I think everybody should use dropper bottles. Personally. Or at least give them a shot. That is very dark. That is too dark. Oh, I love Vallejo. I hear nothing but good things about Scale 75. I haven't tried it yet, but I hear nothing but good things. Okay, so what do their Terminators look like? What do your Terminators look like? Okay. Ooh, that's cool. That's very cool. So the Terminators have black shoulder pads and yellow helmets. Don't know how I feel about the yellow helmets, but I will do the rest as it is specified because that sounds really cool. If anyone wondering why there's mold lines that you're seeing, these were given to me, and I am too lazy to scrap off the mold lines myself. Maybe I'll do it in post, who knows. For the most part, mostly just lazy. I'm just like, whatever. Oh yeah, Ganon? Oh yeah? Oh, this guy came detached. Oh well, that's fine. No biggie. I always thought this little hatch was funny looking. Since it seemingly isn't for anything. Unless like that's how they get in and out. I don't really know how Terminator armor is supposed to work. You would know better than I do, Wolf Parable. Much more lore savvy on this stuff than I am. And if you're like, Chris, I know nothing, well, that's okay. You probably still know more than I do. That is how little I know. Like, all I know is there is something black carapace something makes it easier to control power armor. I don't know. What do I know? I was saying, do you know what the little weird latches they have are for? Because I have no idea. I mean, like, if it's a model that I care about, I'll do the mold lines. Like, I'll do the mold lines removal on things I care about, but, like, I'm kind of painting these guys because I have them, and I want them to not be black because I want my Chaos Marines to be black. And if someone wants to play with me, I don't want there to be two black armies because that's confusing. I mean, like, obviously physically the models are different looking, but it's just like, oh man, let's make it easier to differentiate who's who. Like blue versus yellow, red versus blue, stuff like that, you know. I'm a simple creature. I guess I'll have to ask Colin. Colin will know. Colin knows everything. It's quite enjoyable having someone like Colin in the community. Like that Imperial general that he was talking about that one time, I was like, man, that's a cool story. I think the Exorcists are cool. I like them because they're like a halfway between your typical Space Marines and the Daemon Hunters, or the Grey Knights, because I really like the Grey Knights. The fact that like not a single Grey Knight has ever been possessed, the fact that they just go out and hunt demons. I think it's, I don't really care about the Emperor stuff, but I think it's cool that they were the first, you know, basically Marine who, their Primarch is the Emperor. Like, they use the Emperor's gene seed. I was like, man, that's kind of neat. But, like, yeah. The Space Boy lore is too much. And in the end of the day, it usually just comes down to the Imperium of Man is pretty fascist. And if you tell that to hardcore fans, they're like, "What? No, it's about the struggle, and it's this, and there's only war." And I'm like, "Okay, but yeah, but like their entire thing is xenophobia and death to anything that's different, and about the superiority of humans. They're fascists." We were like, "No." I'm like, yeah, they are. But, you know, not here to cause trouble. Selected Dark Angels for a reason. Like, are they less fascist? I don't know. I love their zealotry and hypocrisy. Yeah, okay, yeah. See, like, that's kind of the reason why I like the Black Templar, because they're not dedicated to humans. They're dedicated to the Emperor and all that other stuff. Like, they were the religious zealot crazy people. And I just like the whole idea of they're like, you know, if there's any Space Marine group that they hate, it's the Ultramarines, because they feel like they're like, what's that? What do you mean I'm only allowed to have 1,000 Space Marines? And they're like, fine, we're just gonna go on an endless crusade. And like they're crazy. They're so like they are crazy people. They're like, no tactics, just attack. I would paint like I would have them as my scheme if not for the fact that um, I I want them to look cool, but I don't want to go through all the hassle of like trying to give them their weird night cloaks. Oh yeah, in a game universe when like no one's in, yeah, it's like, well, sure, I'll be a crazy person. I'll play the crazy people. Yeah, as long as people can distinguish between that, that's all that's really important. My nose is so plugged up. Why, nose? Why don't you like breathing? Why you turn me into a mouth breather, nose? It dries out my mouth and I don't like that. But yeah, no, I feel like um, the the Black Templar are almost as close to like chaos or being like chaotic evil the Space Marines can get without actually being chaos Space Marines. It's like cool. The Tau are going to work with the Imperium to fight this demon invasion. All right, Space Marine or Black Templar are the closest chapter. We're going to send them in. Black Templar arrive and charge both the Tau and the demons at the same time. It's like, what? No, they're on our side. They're like, no, they're alien scum. It's like, no, they're on our side. They're helping us. They're like, no. Kill the Xeno. It's like, oh my god, like you guys are nuts. You're bonkers. I find it entertaining. Like, how crazy can you get? Evidently very crazy. I definitely think that out of these models, the ones I'm going to spend the most time on are definitely going to be the. It's the 40k turning me into a mouth breather. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to share that one with my friends. They'll get a good laugh out of that. Oh my god. Yeah, Dark Angels will literally be in the middle of a war helping other Space Marines or Imperial Guards, right? And if they hear a rumor about the Fallen, oh, that's right. That's right, because they're pissed off about the fact that one of their like chapters or their successors, or like half of them turned evil like 10,000 years ago. That's right, I forgot all about that. Here, I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna go fill up myself some with tea. Maybe that will help me out. I'll be right back.
And I am back with some Breathe Easy tea. Alright. Wet palette, I need you to stay wet. Hey Nicole, thank you for liking the stream. Nice to see you, nice to see you. Alright. In the past, a bunch of Dark Angels turned to Chaos, and they managed to destroy that record so that nobody knows about that, and they protect it. Ah, that's right, that's right. No one knows about the Fallen except for the Dark Angels. And probably the people who have fought against the Fallen. And I think that's right, too. Part of the Dark Angels thing is if you're being attacked by the Fallen, they'll come and save you, and then because you now know about the Fallen, they kill you. Because, you know, of course. So, just redonk. Oh. So I may have tried to convince Ganon to go and hang out with his mama, only for him to get... Jesus, okay. He made the sounds of crying for food. Hopefully his sister doesn't freak out. Poor Ganon mistreated. No, Ganon's not mistreated. Ganon screams and makes his sister panic. The real victim is Zelda. Poor Zelda. Yeah, I'm definitely glad that these guys are at least getting a base coat on them. Because these models have gone so long being just like no paint on them. Alright. Let's get, not that. Yeah, I guess that, yeah. That's, why the Boy Marines. Oh, that's why you put an Ultramarine head on a Dark Angel base. Makes sense. I dig it. I do like. I will give credit to this. I like the fact that. What? Hi. You're good. You're fine. They provide in-canon reasons why two people both playing Space Marines might conflict with one another. In terms of gameplay, like that's a smart thing to do. Okay, so let's see here. Mix this all up. Ganon, you are absolutely fine. You're gonna get me frustrated.
Honestly, almost all the Space Marines are messed up in some way. Nope, absolutely. Absolutely. There was a funny meme that I saw. I was on the search for some funny 40k memes. And one of them said it was Ultramar, and it was like, no chapter may be allowed, or successor chapter may be allowed to have more than 1,000 Space Marines in it, so that no one can become too powerful. And at the same time, look at all my stuff. And then there's like him and like his solar system of planets that he, reigns and all that other stuff. I'm just like, slight hypocrisy. Looks like you became super powerful even with your 1,000. But, their whole thing is, minimize casualties. So all the Space Marines that they usually have are highly experienced. They're supposed to be like really freaking good. Like they're some of the best of the best. Yeah. I won't give him too much. I don't give GW a hard time over Space Marines. I do think that Ultra Smurfs is a funny name. So I'll call them that because I think that's funny, but not because I'm mad at how Ultramarines are so much more loved than blah blah. No. Space. Games Workshop just has too much Space Marine stuff in general. It's not just Ultramarines. I believe universally Space Marines are down to purge a planet if they think it's necessary. So like, safe to say none of them are. I was having a conversation with Maya Lule, and me and her are in full agreement that there are no good guys in Warhammer 40k, and it is my personal belief that the closest there is to a good guy is the orcs, because the orcs do not attack you because they think you're dangerous. They do not attack you because they hate you or are afraid of you or are scared of you. They attack you for the honor of it because they think you're going to be a good fight. It has nothing to do with xenophobia or, religious zealots or whatever. My God said I need to fight you. No. They're like, you look like you're a good fight, so I'm going to fight you. Orcs, remember, yes, that. Or Tyranids, they're just hungry. Those are the true neutralities. I can't remember what it was that's messed up with Tau, but I remember Mylule was saying that Tau are definitely like questionable. But yeah, my opinion is orcs. They attack because they want to arm wrestle and stuff. Yeah, exactly. They're like Goku's not evil. It's a planet full of Gokus. Orcs are Super Saiyans, but fungus, and have guns. What was it? Fungus and Daka, I think is what Colin said. Man, back then I wish I knew about colored primer and like that exorcists existed. I would have just used like a dark red primer. And like bam. That's it. Who can will things into reality? Oh my goodness, yeah. I was telling my partner about orcs the other day. I'm like, okay, look, I know that you're not going to care about anything for Warhammer. And she's like, yeah, that's right. And I'm like, okay, but I have to tell you about the orcs. And so I told her about the orcs, and she's like, that is super cool. There was no like, oh, well, that's kind of neat. Like she was laughing. She thought it was hilarious. It was great. And I'm like, yeah, their guns are just boxes that have bullets in it. There's no chambers. There's no nothing. It's a box with holes and bullets. And they shoot because they think it will shoot, and so it shoots. Which makes me wonder, like, I'm sure there's like lore explanations, but like that suggests to me that if that's their understanding of how guns work, they must have seen guns somewhere. Like someone introduced what a gun is to an orc, and an orc tried to reproduce it, you know? Oh, it is glorious. It is pure glory. I was like, yeah, no. So like, when Warhammer first came out, there was a lot of comedy in it. Because the '90s, '90s and '80s, but a lot of that has gone away, like Snots. But I didn't mention Snots to her or Grots. But yeah, I was like, as long as there's orcs, there's a little bit of comedy. Oh yeah, and then I told her that they all have Cockney accents, but that's a little bit of classism from Warhammer, less than it is comedy. They just staple metal together and believe it's a tank. And it is a goddamn tank. Oh my god, it's so cool. Like, I love that. And the idea is too, like, they're not aware of any of that, right? Like, they don't know how powerful they actually are, because if there was ever to be like an average intelligence orc, it would be like the end of all life. Which I think is why in the Imperium, because they're semi-aware of that, from what I last understood, the Imperium considers 2 Xenos to be more dangerous than like greater threats than anything else, and it's the Tyranids, because they cannot be reasoned with, and they will endlessly consume, and the orcs. The orcs are considered one of the greatest threats to the galaxy, and it's largely because I think that they're aware of how powerful of psychers that they actually are. They have engineers. They're basically wizards that think that they're master technicians. I know, right? They're wizards. That's the best way of putting it. I miss the Old Hammer universe, because the Old Hammer universe was essentially a planet in the 40k universe. Like, that just had a couple of other races in it, but like that was why the Eldar were exactly the Eldar, or the elves were the Eldar. There was no differentiation between them. All that stuff. I like some of the tidbits of lore. I can't eat all, or like intake the entire like Black Library or Horus Heresy or any of that stuff. But like I'll I'll nibble on it. I'll take little tidbits and I go, ooh, that's tasty. Like I know like that dreadnoughts are like dying space marines. I don't really know much more about that. Basically in a life support suit of death. A weird boy. Oh man, I guess that's kind of the thing too, right? Like the weird boys are technically just more intelligent orcs that are in tune with the fact that they are actually psychics. That their entire race is just psionic fungus. Oh my goodness. One of my buddies, the friend who she got me into the game, she was explaining to me that like because she was a huge Warhammer fan, probably still is. I just haven't talked to her in a long time. But she was talking about some of the lore because I really like Tyranids, and she's like, well, so there's this one time that a tendril of the Tyranids was coming, and the Imperium saw that there was an orc planet that was in the way, and they're like, do we help the orcs? And they're like, no, let's see if they can kill each other. Let's see if they'll wipe each other out, right? And what ended up happening is, you know, the orcs or the Imperium shot down the Hive fleet. It landed, and what ended up happening is they consumed the entire planet. And because orcs are fungus, so Tyranids have this spore thing that makes plant life more virulent and reproduce faster, and it impacts orcs. So orcs reproduce faster when Tyranids are coming, or if Tyranids are already there. And so what ended up happening was there was more biomass, which is not really how that works, but regardless, nonetheless, the Hive fleet came back stronger after launching off the planet. And they're like, ah, fiddlesticks. Oh, that sounds really fun. That sounds really fun. I wonder if that's a third-party miniature or not. Sounds really cool. I wonder if that's like from Cromlech or if that's from Skibber. That sounds like that's their taste of comedy. Or is it like officially 40K? I don't know. Regardless, that's remarkable. I love it. Full support. That's great. Love that. And hello. Oh, you're gonna head off? All right. You have fun, and I am enjoying painting these so far. So I'm actually losing track of time, which is kind of nice. Nice talking with you. I'll talk to you later in Discord. And if I don't see you, then I hope you have a remarkable weekend. Yep, always popping around. That's right. I hope everyone else is having a good time. If anyone has any questions, be sure to ask. If anyone's curious as to what army I'm planning on painting here, it's not Blood Angels. I'm actually going to go with Executioners. Like the black trim for the details that they have, and also just lore wise it's really cool that they get possessed by demons and then they exercise themselves. Like, that's super cool. Pretty metal if you ask me, dude. This guy's from my Dark Vengeance box. Oh, that is a kitty on the other side of that door. Give me a second here.
Hey. Hi. 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 Are you scratching yourself? Hi. Hello. You need food? Is that what's going on here? Okay, well, I don't want you scratching yourself. Hi. So I'll feed you. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll just be right back. I'm just gonna feed the kitties, so I'll be right back.
back. Sorry about that there, guys. Had to feed the cats. Thank you for those who stuck around. And back to some painting now. This guy is definitely a Dark Angel. Oh, Ganon. It's for those who are watching. Do you guys have your own armies that have been sitting around? Maybe haven't touched them for a few years. Trying to find a new purpose for. It's kind of what I'm doing here. All the models I'm painting here today, I'm going to be using for the game Grim Dark Future. Brush a little bit. This brush out. You can see it's no longer red. this guy was a captain or a lieutenant or what he was. Don't matter. I can deal with that when it comes. I think that he's got a plasma pistol though. That's cool. Hope that wasn't too loud. Just bumped the scissor arm with my brush. Oh, what's up? Oh, is the door closed? It is closed. Here, I'll fix that for you. You got it. There you go, Gannon. There you go, buddy. About 2 hours now. Started late. I'm not doing too bad on time. Base coating red. Jeez, this guy's got a big gun. Oh man, there's so many of these guys. Definitely makes you have to go faster. Out of necessity. Tea is so good. Let's make this guy up. He's a cool model. Yeah, we can fix him up. No, we'll save him for now, as he is. We'll push these guys back. Oh, this one got missed, but no, I'll do it. Finish up that squad. Squad of dudes. Da, 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 da. Whew, that is a lot of Space Marines. Quick stretch. Ugh. Alright. Back at it. Did I whip this when I originally did that? I think I did. Wow. Never expected that. Good job, me. Well done. Alright, let's try these guys. Or I could try like one of these. These ones look really cool. I think those ones are going to require a lot more love and care, though. Simply because of how cool looking they are. Okay, so I should pick out 4 dudes in the non-Terminators on who I want to be veterans. So all the Terminators go in the back. And I'm going to have to take a look at, because I have a couple other models. So I had dictated that. Let's see, let's look at my army list. No, that's not my army list. That's my army list. Here we go. Battle Brothers. So I've got those 3 there. One has a plasma pistol. So I was, for the sake of ease, I was calling that a plasma pistol, even though that's a plasma pistol. So that one's not. So there's the plasma, the flame thrower attachment, and I was calling this the fusion rifle. But let's take a look again, because I often miss what the actual proper things are. I don't even know what to call that. Actually, maybe if I take a look at the Battle Brothers. Maybe if I go in here. Because veterans get a +1 to hit. So it makes sense to make whatever your veteran team is also the guys who have the most powerful weapons. So there's the plasma gun. This is not a list of all the weapons. Heck. Okay. Space Marine weapons. Space Marine guns. Here we go. That's the same picture I was looking at. Not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for either. No, 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 no. Is it like a heavy plasma? Is that what it's supposed to be called? Or is it a gravity gun? Because that's a melta, that's a plasma. So that tells me that might be a gravity gun. So maybe that's what that's supposed to be. Grav cannon. Yeah, that kind of looks like what this is. It's very similar. That is very, very similar. All the cables. Was there ever a plasma cannon? There was. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So that helps. That helps a lot. But I don't think they use plasma cannons anymore. Might be just like something from 5th edition. So, regular Battle Brothers have upgrades A and E. So, E is like non-weapons. So let's see here. So, I gotta look at like what the most expensive things are. Camp helmet, no. Chainsaw fist, no. Yeah, it might be fusion rifle. Because they have the plasma rifle. Oh, hello, Ganon. Oh, hello. Yeah, okay, that's a fusion rifle. Yeah. So that makes sense. So actually, I need to make this plasma rifle attachment. And make that 15 points. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Close that. Fusion rifle is 25. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you are a captain or a veteran, because I can only have one of you. I can only have one of you inside of a group. So in terms of what's special, because you and you cannot be in the same, and the flamethrower can't be in the same one either. Okay, so all three of you guys need to be different, but you cost the most, so. Pretty simple pick. So I'm gonna move those guys aside. Now I'm gonna give you, and then replace one. Yeah, so can't really change too many things. Neat. Okay, well that makes it easy. Let's look at those helmets. Helmet. Where art thou, helmet? No. I think that's the yeah. Perfect. Terminator. Are you? No, that's not what I care about. Here we go. Veteran sergeant. Oh, but they're saying the thing. Veteran. Exorcist current colors include red power armor with black trim. Veterans of the chapter often have white trim and wear helmets that are white to mark their senior status. Okay, cool. So, gonna give him a white helmet. Obviously not pure white. That is a bad decision. Don't do that. But I can start off with this very off-white. It's called a leather white. Whoa, it is 3 o'clock. I'm going to do that helmet and then I'm going to bounce. Totally lost track of the time there. I have stuff I have to take care of. because I want to make sure that that doesn't get clunky. Alright, well, you know what? That's all good. What I'll just do is I'll wrap things up here. So, for those who are still sticking around, thank you for coming and hanging out with me. It's been just wonderful having you around. I hope you all have a wonderful day today. Make sure that you take care of yourselves and be well. It's if you have a friend that you can spend some safe time with, either online or possibly both of you have been vaccinated, because that's a thing now. Just make sure to take care of one another. Phone your family, check in with everyone. Just be safe. We'll get through all this together. So, with that being